Hi Matthew, having a look at your assignment now. What I can see is that it's quite short, so I can only give you limited feedback at this point. Just check the spelling of this, and also when you give a title, you don't capitalized filler words, or I guess how we could describe it, grammatical words like of or and that should be plural there. Looks good. Obviously the abstract will be done in the future. So I'll say good for the title. Table of contents is, well, at the moment it's satisfactory, just because it might change. I'll say, I haven't really talked about those things. So water performs various roles in organisms because of its unique properties due to the whole arrangement. Why don't you include a picture here? I think there's really needs to be a picture here, and you need to link that in with electronegativity as well. And you could talk about then how it actually does the dissolving. And I use the term universal solvent there. So I'm going to say that satisfactory is actually incomplete. I think that can be improved quite a lot. Okay. I'd probably talk about the parameters first, although this seems to do the other way around. But anyway, because then you can maybe mention the parameters, and then as you're talking about this sites, you can then explain what you're expecting the pH or temperature or so on and so forth to be as you're actually describing it. I thought it was the Ganges. I thought it was a plural, but anyway, yeah, it is. You could say this in, like, you could say Ganges River, taken by the. I don't even really need to know that. That's more of like an appendix thing, which then you can rediscuss in your discussion. And I don't want to see this style of referencing. I want to see the in-text where you do the last name of the author and then the year. That's called a MCL or something like that. Style of referencing. We use the Harvard style of referencing here at City Point, so you're going to have to be careful with that one. This is irrelevant. You've only got 300 words. You really don't want to waste your time there. And you're being very general. I want you to get really specific really quickly. You've only got 300 words, so... And you're going to need to describe what these things are, and I should be able to tell what your hypothesis will be based on my reading. Or, it's 300 words is nothing. So you're going to have to link to an appendix or link to your logbook or something like that. Let me answer your questions. Quote with Harvard citation. Yes, but all of them should be Harvard citations. But based on the guidelines of... To quote with Harvard style citation, since you've already mentioned it, just put the year, like 2016 or 17 or whatever it is. That's how you do it. So you don't, because you've already given the name, you don't need to give the name again. And I would have abbreviated that as ANZGFMWQ. Yes, so you've got a lot more research to be done there. So this is just your raw data, which I can't say anything about really because you haven't analysed it yet. But yeah, very superficial. State parameters to be tested. Yes, I guess you stated them. That's satisfactory, but you need to explain in more detail. Briefly introduced. I'm going to say incomplete to satisfactory. Any theory, that's definitely incomplete or actually not done. Not done, no balanced equations. And aim and hypothesis, I don't see any of those. So, very superficial draft at best. You've got a lot of work to do.